All right, 2 Sunbowls down this morning. We've seen the completion of 2 fantastic games in the morning. The Brisbane Rhinos taking on the inaugural Junior Sunbowl, and we just saw the Gold Coast Stingrays Colts take away an unprecedented 4 straight Sunbowl championships. Now we've got the women's, the senior divisions, if you will, about to start, just minutes away. And I'm currently with a potential back-to-back champion in the head coach of the Bayside Ravens women's side, Gerard Fitzpatrick.
Afternoon, Kenny.
Gerard, mate, you've been here before. You're 1 from 1, and you're against the exact same opponent. We could be pretty much seen to take 2. Mate, a convincing win last year. Is this game going to be pretty similar in your eyes?
Hopefully the result's the same. Hopefully we can put on a different show, make it entertaining, and come away with a win again.
Significant difference between this year and last year, I feel, has been health. You've really had to juggle some of your star players throughout the seasons. Are they all raring to go now?
Yeah, this is actually probably the first game we're actually going to have our full team, and we actually have Kestra and Moran both on the field at the same time. I don't think we've really had that much this season, so be prepared for more Wildbird.
Mate, most dangerous aspects of the Thunder, what do you got?
Patu, if she gets a head of steam from running back. If we can jam her at the line and she has to start up again, we've got an advantage, but if she gets outside and she gets that head of steam, she's hard to bring down.
Mate, like Christian, you went in the Colts for the Gold Coast Stingrays. You've announced your retirement at the end of this game. Is that something you intend to stick to?
Yes. I decided this before pre-season even started, and yeah, 100%.
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thanks.
All over the Raptors. This kickoff, it falls around the 35. It's picked up by Hodgson. That's a story that I covered in pregame. Look at her go. Her impact is felt immediately. She mightn't have to wait long to get in the end zone. Stopped just shy of the goal. And that'll be a quarterback draw to start us off. Evans will have to push to the sideline and she'll get it. 6-0 Stingrays. Let's take a look at this again. Quarterback draw using a running back across the league. You can see a bunch of it today. This time, Bessie in motion. She's going to get the ball and go down the left-hand side. She's looking for blocks, bouncing it outside to the 40 now. She's past the 40, looking for speed at the 30. He's going to pick up a block. She's going to go in untouched. The Ravens respond. And after saying Bessie for the first couple of times, a fullback goal habits here and called it by her former last name, Trias Mona now has to take the lead. It'll be taken from Moran, who's a quarterback. This is their Wildbird set. Moran's going to look for the pylon. She'll get inside it. Well, sometimes speed simply kills. Shelton back in a quarterback. We'll give to Moran back in a position of running back. Moran's going to use her speed again this time. Moran again being pursued there. Will she get in? You're kidding. Right now, the goal line back seems to see Moran take the quarterback snaps. She passes it out to Bessie, and she'll also use her speed.
Once again, always safe hands. Always safe hands. Get it anywhere near her and she'll just catch that ball. Throw it at her feet.
And on live action here on goal line. Evans looking for Hodgson for the corner out. She's got her over Bessie.
3 consecutive plays to a playmaker of the team.
Kelhausen, mate. Another year, another game, but we've got the same 2 opponents, mate. You're going against the Bayside Ravens. They had the wood on you last season. What do you hope to change this year, apart from the score result?
Look, the Thunder team last year was, fairly fresh, and mate, this team, the 2018 Thunder team, they're so like 10 times better than the last team. You know, it's going to be an interesting game.
Mate, huge win in the playoffs against the Stingrays, one of the most entertaining games of the playoffs. A game like that usually sort of really galvanises a team. Has that been the case over the last 2 weeks?
100%. Like from the start of the season, I said to the girls, I said, we just want to improve right through the season, and we want to hit our peak at the right time, and we are. So, it's good.
Well, final question, mate. You've been rotating quarterbacks all season. Who have we got starting a quarterback today?
Oh, you have to wait and see, mate.
We'll leave it to a game time decision. Kelhausen, appreciate your time.
Too easy.
Thanks, mate. Good luck. And there we go. Kicked off. Florida's sends us underway. Riley Hodgson, the lady you discussed just moments ago, returning the ball here for the Gold Coast Stingrays and doesn't get past the 30. That's a great tackle there. But Fuller yet for a catch. Left side wide receiver. Aiming for Fuller now. Back of the end zone. She's got it.
That was too easy.
The Stingrays started their last touchdown drive. Here goes Liz Batu with a spin move. Beating Briscoe. Now she's got some space. She's broken through the secondary. Can she get to the end zone? Will be stopped a yard short. In the backfield, they'll go speed option. Ewers will pitch this to Batu. Batu will meet the converging defense. No, it breaks out of their tackle. What an effort by Liz Batu. Now the Thunder with the opportunity to take the lead. Ewers sees some space, spies it, and will take it herself and takes the lead with a 2-point conversion. Speed option. Ewers will fake it. She'll keep it. Now she'll pitch it. And she's got Batu. It was a great pitch. Batu inside the 20, still fighting for yards. Now at the 15, falls zone. Lynch situation, hey? They'll go speed option again. Ewers will keep it. This time she gets the touchdown. Thunder add to their lead. To the right, Batu in the backfield. She'll roll out again, but Ewers will tuck it and run. She picks up her second conversion of the day. Evans looks right. Goes left for Fuller. Fuller on the fade. Will Fuller get it? Yes, she does. Her second touchdown of the day. Here goes Batu again, slicing through the middle of the Stingrays defense, spinning out of the Thurston tackle, and eventually taken down by Martin. Evans looking to Fuller. It'll be shown through and it'll be picked off. The game's over. Bryce has sent the Thunder to the Sunbowl. All right, ladies and gentlemen. 2 games down, the third is upon us. It is the Women's Sunbowl, the 7th in history. And it is being played between the Griffith University Thunder, who run out before you now, and the Bayside Ravens. It's a repeat from the 2017 Sunbowl, where the Ravens, they defeated the Griffith Uni Thunder 50 points to 20. Well, it wasn't the prettiest of victories, but they say you've got to lose one to win one. Could that be true for the Thunder today? I'll take this opportunity to introduce my commentary staff for this game. Joining me for the first time, because usually she's out in the field playing in front of me, is quarterback Lauren Evans. How you doing, Lauren?
Hi, good to be here, thank you.
Indeed, it is a whole different process for you, I'm guessing?
Yeah, second year now, not being out there on the field's a bit hard to take still, but the girls have earned their place out there, so we'll see what happens.
Fair play. And also joining us in our third horseman of the apocalypse, John Hollywood Rowe.
Top of the afternoon, everyone. Welcome aboard. Another great day for Sunbowl football. Great to be in the booth with you guys as well.
So yes, indeed. Sunbowl 34, but the 7th for the Women's Sunbowl. It was known as the Sunbowl Bowl for the first 3 seasons, I believe, until formally being united under the Sunbowl banner for the rest of the Gridiron Queensland community. And well, for a long time it was a battle between the Gold Coast Stingrays and the Logan City Jets. Unfortunately, only one of those teams exists nowadays, and the rest has been divided between, for the most part, the Bayside Ravens and the Gold Coast Stingrays. You played with a lot of those Logan City Jets for a long time that you called foes. Lauren, talk us through what it was like to have them on your side this time.
Yeah, so I suppose for me, having played Seawolves since the start of it, we've always played against the Jets. So for me personally, it was a hard one to see them fold, but it's good to get a good chunk of them come down and play for us on the Gold Coast, having played with them for state and some of them from the national team. So yeah, see what happens.
And it's almost become a sorority. I mean, there was a core group of women who started the then known FGLQ, and then you guys all play state together. You've successfully played state together. And pretty much half the teams of every team knows each other in this league right now.
Yeah, I think it's a really good vibe between players across all the different teams. Like you see that out on the field, picking each other up, telling each other they did a good job with the tackle or anything like that. Like there's not necessarily such a rivalry as such when we're kind of good friends with a lot of the other players across the teams.
Of course. Soon having the coin toss upcoming, we'll bring you the coin toss audio once these captains get out there. For the Ravens, you've got the electrifying Christy Moran. You've got the offensive MVP, Chrissy Torres. Candice Swayzan, last year's linebacker of the year, and Rosie Shelton donning the number 12 jersey. They've pulled a switch to ruin us for no specific reason. And over for the Thunder, Liz Batu, Amanda Ewers. You've got in 79 Brandy Klukas, and the tall and quarterback wide receiver combo of Casey Cubis leading the Thunder. Let's have a listen to the coin toss.
Tails is a call, or catch the call. Rocket doing it. Tails was a call. It's been called tails. Yep. Yeah, tails was a call. It is a pin. You've won the toss. What do you want to do? You defer your option to the second half. Okay. Your kicking was goal. Do you want to defend? Okay, backs to respective goals. Ravens have won this toss. Move their option to the second. Thunder will receive the football. Okay, ladies, enjoy yourself.
And there is the coin toss once again. The winning team electing to defer. Thunder will be receiving the ball. For the first half, we will get the answer of who will be starting at quarterback, Amanda Ewers or Casey Cubis. Let's have a look back at the previous encounters between these two teams. 4 encounters throughout 2018 between the Bayside Ravens and the Griffith University Thunder. Starting in week 1, the Ravens handedly won 42 points to 0. They went on to win the next 2 games, 36-12 and 42-22 in week 4 and 8 respectively. And then it wasn't until week 12 where the Thunder finally got a leg up back over the Ravens, but in a game where, Lauren, I think you'll agree, was definitely played safe from both sides.
Yeah, I suppose for the Ravens that last game was an opportunity for them to sort of try out some new things, knowing for them it wouldn't change their position in the ladder. So they used that as an opportunity for that, and I guess Thunder was able to get up over them on that one.
And let's take a look at the officials. We just saw leading the coin toss, referee Tim Redshaw, over 30 years of experience. At umpire, Christopher Biggett. Barbara Johnson at headlinesman. Kevin Shen at line judge. Back judge, Joe Goslin. Andrew Stock is our field judge. Side job is Tim Tafuga. And the alternate is David Jones, should anything go horribly wrong. And our video judges today, Gary Kendall and Chris Emery.
That's a lot of judges.
I feel a little judged myself. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. 2018 Women's Sunbowl about to be kicked off by the right leg of Marissa Hayes. And that's something Hayes has done all season, tries to get it past the first line, not exactly an onside kick attempt, but just trying to make it unreturnable. Coach, I'll bring you back in here. You've got 2 teams who've played each other 4 times this season and were in the Sunbowl against each other last year. What are the difficulties? What are the easier things about this particular scenario?
I think it's really going to come down to the mentality of the players, etc., and also how much the coaching staff have done to get themselves ready for this game. You meet a team that so many times, you know what's going on. Obviously, today you want not a false sense of superiority. You don't want to get in that mindset where we've got this one.
Absolutely. The underdogs are again Thunder coming in as the second-seeded team. Cubis will get the start. She's looking for a pass on her first play. Can't connect with the intended wide receiver. That is Beck Hirsch, the former comrade of the lady to my right. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Well, Cubis, fellow quarterback companion of yours, she can sling it downfield.
Definitely. I picked it that she'd probably be starting today. I think they're strong in that passing game, so put her in there. Beck's good out there as a receiver, so I'm sure there'll be a few good connections happening across the game.
We'll certainly see. 2nd and 10. Cubis will hand off to Lisbeth too, one of the most dangerous ladies on this offense, but she'll be stuffed behind the line. Uses her strength to push forward. We will have to see where they marked forward progress being over. Lisbeth too was damaging last year. I'll go as far as saying one of the probably the key turning points for the Thunder was when she had a long touchdown denied because she front flipped into the end zone. They took that off her. That was probably the point where the Thunder deflation began. 3rd and long. Roll out here for Cubis. She's got receivers at multiple levels, but she's under pressure from the MVP. Isla Cook and Candice Wasteland take her down around the original line of scrimmage. Lauren, you've been hit from a couple of those ladies, including Isla Cook. What's it like being pursued by number 90?
Knowing her from throughout the seasons as well as from Outback, where she was not really allowed to hit me, being on the same team, it's a bit of pressure knowing that she's chasing down from that backside because she's got some speed on her. So you just want to get out of there, get rid of the ball.
So they'll have to punt it here. Cubis, actually current an AFL player, gets a high punt on this and actually pins him inside the 20. So 3 and out on their first possession, but a good punt to make the Bayside Ravens start their first offensive possession inside their own 15. Coach,
I can say to Lauren, did you love that as playing in, say, a big grand final like this? The coaches go, let's just go downtown first play. We're going to throw a fade first up, see what you go with.
I suppose strategically keep them committed to stick back with those receivers, knowing that they've got that deep pass there, and then see what happens on that run play. Unfortunately, it kind of didn't work for them on that one.
Whoa, hang on, hold the phone.
Oh, shift.
This looks awfully similar to a shift they ran last year against the Thunder. Moran with a carry. She'll spin move and she'll take it forward for a couple of yards. There's something we have seen very inconsistently in 2018. Moran carrying the football for the Ravens.
Kenny, I was really impressed with that shift there because they started off in the triangle formation with the 3 receivers, and then almost one of the Griffith players jumped off sides because they all shifted together, which you're allowed to do.
And here they go. Here's Moran. We missed the start of it because you're on replay. You will see the end. It's Moran in full flight. Second play on offense, and Moran has gone over 60 yards to score. No flags on the field. The Ravens on the board. And I hate to say this, I think that could be the 2nd year in a row where we missed the start of their wild bird formation. And fortunately, we get it back on replay. Lauren, what's it like when you see Moran lining up as quarterback effectively?
Well, for us, it was always me screaming from the sideline that Moran's in quarterback. So, but then when she's got Kestra next to her, you got the double threat happening in that backfield. It's a lot of commitment to try and shut that down.
This is the first game this season since week 1 where we have seen Kestra, formerly Trias Mono, now Bessie, in the same backfield as Moran. She's the quarterback this time. She'll try to take a carry. She'll somehow dance her way forward for a 2-point conversion. The Ravens have started very fast against the Griffith Uni Thunder. Let's take a look at the touchdown one more time.
Marissa Hayes, great block out on the receiver side there. Very nice job. So Moran could cut back inside.
8-0. The Ravens now only a couple minutes down here in the first quarter. 5:23 remaining in the first.
That was all full of it there, Kenny. We had the shift first up. Then we had Moran and a quarterback. Then we had Kestra and a quarterback. So there's obviously a game plan here.
Here's what I can tell you about Coach Gerard Fitzpatrick. He is a scripter. And I know we talked about scripting plays. You think you should script one?
Not think. My preference is one.
I've known Gerard to script up to 9-10 plays and stick to it quite religiously.
Chatting to him before the game, he mentioned to me that he's pretty much got the whole game scripted.
Whole game? Well, that's just borderline rude.
Oh, that's borderline. He's doing nothing on a Friday or Thursday night.
Yeah, clearly.
He needs to get out.
Gerard. So we mentioned in pre-game, he is like Chris Nguyen, claiming to retire. Onside kick here. And it will be recovered by the Ravens. Number 58, I think Winona Base, the rookie guard in the front line, unfortunately couldn't get a hold of that. She does not have to handle the football very often. They catch her out on that play.
It's a great angle here, Kenny. Look at this kick. Great speed there. and it's the old Mully grubbing around on the ground. So the point of the ball makes it very, very difficult to predict where it's going to go.
As a quarterback, Evans, when you successfully get that onside kick, surely that fires you up and as you get your helmet to run back on the field.
100%, 100%.
First down and 10 of the Ravens, not giving the ball back to the Thunder. Torres, that quarterback, now gives it to Moran. Moran with 3 carries. Now, this time, stopped after a gain of about 2, maybe 3. We'll call it 2. 2nd and 8. Number 31, here's someone we haven't spoken about yet. Grace Power, fresh up from Victoria. Moran, well, reversed here. Torres has got the ball with plenty of green in front of her. Hirsch is in pursuit. She'll take her down, but not before Torres gets it inside the 25, down at the 21.
Pretty slow read from Thunder there to see that the reverse was coming back. Gave her room for days to run.
Well, I saw you already arched up on your chair, seeing the reverse coming. Hollywood, I saw a smile on your face. The Ravens wasting no time, not allowing me to diagnose that play at all. They give it to Moran. She's cutting. She's juking. She's got Rochelle wearing her back, and she takes her down after about a 6-yard gain.
This is it. Good, Kenny. This is the Ravens going with a no huddle, hurry up pretty much from the get-go. Grace Power with that key block that almost could have sprung for the reverse, but that's almost a 10-second block she's got to have out there, and the running back's got to do a better job to help set up that block. But Ravens on the roll.
2nd down. And the high snap, but it's picked up. They've gone to the same play. No, it's a reverse pass this time. Trying to hit Power in the end zone. Not enough oomph in that pass from Torres. They go back to the exact same look as that reverse, but add another wrinkle. This is a lot of trick plays in the opening, 7 plays?
Bit of razzle-dazzle.
You've played them a couple times this season. Did they throw any of this at you, Lauren?
No,
Defense?
Not that I can recall much of this happening, but also the times that we played them, only one of those Moran was in there, so I guess.
Fair play. 3rd down. They might have caught him offside here. No flags, I don't think. Yes, there is. They'll earn it. Oh, no, they'll be short, but I think the offside might get them over the line here. Well, regardless of what they've run previously, I'll tell you what, this is already more interesting than that Week 12 game of theirs.
Definitely.
Might have went on record saying that was probably the offside penalty there from Tim Renshaw as he turns on his mic.
Offside, defence, number 11, 5-yard penalty, results in a 1st down.
Yes, went on record saying it was the least exciting half of football I'd ever seen in Week 12.
Challenge accepted.
3rd down. Oh, check that. 1st down following the penalty. So a fresh set here. Now for the Ravens, who show very little signs of slowing down right now.
Hayes out in the slot to the right.
Speed option with Moran. Moran throws it over the top to Bessie. She might have been better off holding that one.
It's a risky pitch there, Coach.
Oh, I want to see, I think it's 95 Floridus. I would have seemed to have lit up. It would have been hilarious. But, yeah, almost intercepted like we saw in the juniors game there. But, look, you can never fault somebody for pitching way late. It's just the style and, you know, the running back there, Castro, she's got to take her eyes off the defender coming at her to focus on the ball. That's the last thing you want.
And Floridus, the young rookie, is really impressed this season. They blitz. The Ravens give it to Moran. Moran takes us inside the 5. The Ravens now look like they'll be about 3 yards shy of the end zone.
Lauren, this is pretty interesting from your QB point of view. There's been 3 QBs so far for the Ravens. You know, you're switching between Moran, Bessie, Torres there. So that's 3. So they're rotating. So there's a definite game plan.
I mean, Rosie Shelton could also be thrown into the mix.
Yeah, we might see Rosie come in at QB at some point as well.
2:30. Whereas, how many other quarterbacks took snaps for you this season? In place of you, I should say.
That would be none.
Stark contrast here. Play action fake. Moran will take this. Moran will be stopped half a yard short.
You're just looking at the far side judge there, marking it a yard. That will be a first down. That'll be first and goal from the 1. I thought she was getting in. She's just falling enough there. Short.
Hirsch coming down from safety and making a stop at the line. Two Australian wide receivers there, Grace Power, Marissa Hayes. Rosie Shelton in at tight end. The Thunder showing blitz. Double A gaps covered. Outside linebackers are ready to go too.
It's going to be a speed option to the left. Oh, that's counter.
And Bessie somehow shakes the tackle. Past the 10 now. No way.
She's
Gets
in.
inside the right corner. I thought that play was done for. Touchdown to Ravens. Bessie inside the right pylon.
Great job by Kes to stay on her feet and keep going.
Really good job there, 29 Pukakala for Griffith. She just needed help. Just hold on long enough before the support couldn't get there. Puk could have blown that up in the backfield, but just needed some help there.
There were some scares with Pukakala. She did have a little niggle in training with an ankle injury, but she looks more than ready to go now. But that's not the first time Bessie's managed to escape out of a phone booth.
Hayes and Power out to the right.
Hayes in motion. The referees. No, I thought I heard whistles. I'm hearing things. And Moran will be taken down on the 2-point conversion. The score remains 14 points to 0. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Lauren Evans, thoughts so far?
It looks like the Ravens are wearing down Thunder. They look like a bit tired on that last one to be able to get there and make that tackle on Cass.
Is this pace that the Ravens seem to be playing offense at alarming for the Thunder? Like, I don't think it's quite a no huddle, but they aren't wasting a whole lot of time.
Yeah, it's not a no huddle, but it seems to be moving a lot quicker than the games have been throughout this season. So whether Thunder are ready for that or have been ready for that.
Thunder certainly have some defensive players who can change the tide. From one of them there was on screen, Brandy Klukas, who's proven that she can run with the best of them. And of course, Pukakala was impressive last year, and then Lisbeth too, if they chuck her on defense. Well, we all know that she is an absolute physical specimen. What do you think the Thunder need right now to sort of jolt them back into this game?
I think if we can get Casey in there with one of those long passes, get that to connect, and they get into the end zone, that will be what will fire them back up to get back in this game, fire up their defense, and see what happens from there.
Lauren, you're assuming that the it's not an onside kick.
Oh, on this, yeah.
Fair play. Marissa Hay as well. She hasn't got a tell in her run-up from what I've picked.
She's with the wind. Oh, that wind is going left to right. And
well, she's going to try and pull this up high. That could have been fair court if she wished. Ewers, though, the sure hands of Ewers safely gives possession back to the Thunder. The Thunder, dare I say it, a little shell-shocked here in the first quarter. That's 14 quick points. Now the Thunder, they haven't been on offense in quite some time now. They went 3 and out on their first possession.
Looks like we got Amanda back in QB now.
This is something they proved in the playoffs against you guys, and even in week 12, they were happy to move their quarterbacks around, rotate around.
They're running a heavy set.
Well, that's where Ewers does excel, in this heavy set. Ewers will take it. It's designed run for her. She gets about half a yard on that carry, and that sets them up for second down. Just letting a couple of key inactives for the Ravens. Wide receiver slash linebacker number 23, Sam Lingman, not dressed for today's grand final. And here we go, the shovel pass inside to Liz Batu. Love it. Trying to break the tackle of Keeper Anderson. Doesn't get enough for the first down, but it's a good incision that sets him up on third down. The cheeky little shovel pass, Lauren.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite plays that we've got there as well when it manages to connect. It's a good one.
3rd and 3 now. Sticking with this power set.
The stack, Kenny, the stack.
It's a fake this time. Ewers will keep it.
Oh.
I think she got stopped short there. The initial contact by Cook, and I think that was B. Clement dropping the shoulder over the top.
Sure was, Kenny. I mean, looking forward to almost falling forward for the first down. With B. Clement just going to deliver the shoulder. They're staying with the stack.
They're going for it on 4th. The 2 is still that little up back. They're going to go for the shovel again. No, Ewers will keep it. She'll get close. Even considered pitching it. Flags are down from one of the line judges. I think that is Andrew Stock through the flag.
Threw it very well too. Good wrist action from Andrew.
10 out of 10, but from everyone but the Russian judge.
It's very risky there by Amanda to, when she was going down, to stick her hands out to try and hand that ball off to someone and be
Holding,
to actually
offence, number 58. That penalty is declined. Change over on downs. First down.
Nona Base caught for holding there, but the Ravens declined, taking the turnover of downs, of course. So the Ravens, with 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter, look to add to their 14-point lead. Well, you said you were hoping for a bit of a long bomb from Cubis. They actually went with the other quarterback in Ewers with a different game plan, kind of the stark opposite of what you wanted to go with. And now they're back trying to defend this Ravens offense.
We'll see if Thunder come back out with that same formation. Didn't look like it really worked too well for them there, so we'll see if they try again a bit later.
See number 83, Laura Newell, playing some defensive tackle, a rookie from Tasmania. Another give to Moran. Moran taken down and a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Lisbeth 2, I think, on the action.
No huddle again, Kenny going up. I love the close triangle formation that they're doing, because you can either run behind an extra 3 receivers you'll see there on the left side. They'll overload, or you can come back with counter with the right.
Pitch it out, a spin pass to Moran. Just let her be athletic, and being athletic is what she's doing. Runs it out of bounds, marked out at the 34-yard line.
That's what I love about that too, Kenny, is they went trips to the short side into the boundary, and they decided, you have a look here, they've got 3 receivers over there. They got angles on everything. Reading the blocks down the sideline. Back up at the line of scrimmage again, ready to go. First down and 10. Oh, we're getting marked. What's happening here? Will we come out of bounds? Quarter time. It's quarter time.
Well, that was a very quick first quarter, if you ask me. 14 points to nil is the current scoreline. The defending champions, the Bayside Ravens, leading the challengers, the Thunder. Kenny Andres, Lauren Evans, John Hollywood Rowe, your commentary team today here for GQ TV, brought to you by Live Streaming Brisbane for the Tribal Sport Sunbowl, Sunbowl 34.
Again, Kenny with the triangle formation at the top of the screen.
Seems like it's their base formation right now. Torres, she will pass. This pass was intended for Marissa Hayes. Doesn't quite arc the way she wants it. That'll be second down.
You know, look at this replay. Kenny Grace Power is going to become open after about the second drop of the quarterback. As she's in the triangle formation there, and she comes across the left-hand side, and nobody went with her. So that's something they want to look back to. Torres had already made up her mind where she was going to throw. If she can stop and have a look that way and then come back to Power, Power can score from 40 out.
Well, they've gone to the same formation. Torres pitches it out to Moran. Moran follows the block of Hayes. Ware can't take her down, but it looks like number 27, Shayna Price, can. Shayna Price along with Beck Hirsch, 2 former teammates of yours. Can I ask Lauren, is it weird seeing them out there in the black, white and red?
Yeah, it is. They haven't played the whole season with Thunder. I think they only played like the last 3 games of the regular season with them. We got one opportunity to play against them in the playoffs, so definitely a bit strange to see them on the other side.
Surely it would be the first time you've ever played against them?
Yes.
Oh wow, what an experience. 7, 18 and ticking. First down are Ravens. Oh, I think the receivers might have gone a little too fast there. Candice Wasteland seemingly playing on the offensive side of the ball. Almost known as a strict defensive player. Looks like she's getting an opportunity on the light side.
Got to remember. False start. Offense, number 31. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Grace Power, who's still a part of this Raven team despite relocating to Melbourne for most of the year, flew up to play a handful of games this season. I think the same might be for Ruth Malolo Gee, although I haven't seen her on the field yet. Torres. Another run to Moran. She can't field the pitch cleanly, and we'll just take her losses there. Plenty of experience being shown by the Thunder team not to risk any penalties by hitting her while she's down.
Lauren, I'm not sure what you're seeing, but that's about the 3rd or 4th bad pitch from Torres. Now, I'm not sure if there's some nerves in that. There shouldn't be. Or she's just got to work better for that pitch because that's costing the team some yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's not our traditional one-hand pitch that we seem to be able to, you work on that a lot with your running back to be able to make that connection clean. So it could just be the type of pitch that she's trying to do, or not sure what's happening out there.
They're pitching awfully flat there, aren't they, as well?
You being a lefty, always had a preferred side?
Yeah, the right one's always get that running back a little bit closer to you.
Torres over the middle finds Bessie. Her first reception of the day, her 2nd touchdown. The connection of Torres to Bessie over the middle. Touchdown Ravens.
Very happy with that. Lauren, she must have heard us and said, don't worry about pitching, we'll just pass it over the middle. Great job. Threaded the seam there, Kenny. I think one of the Thunder players almost had it over the middle. Just over the fingertips. Great pass, great catch. Acceleration, off we go.
Beating Shayna Price on that play. 2-point conversion not going. What's the old saying from Remember the Titans? You can throw the ball a mile, but you can't pitch it 4 yards.
Sounds like my golf game.
Don't forget, started on mine. 20 points, play 0, 2-point conversion. Will be a give to Bessie, and she'll squat over. Ravens successful on that attempt. The score now 22 points to 0. 6 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Have a look at this seam right here. Great hole there. Great double team block. Look at that. Kenny, you could have run through that offensive line there. Nice job.
Me and my 6-second 40.
I thought it was a sundial.
I get to round up. Or round down, I should say.
As we said, it's a great crowd here today. Beautiful sun. Not raining at all. It didn't rain in the semi-finals. We see a lot of the Rhinos players start to wander in or getting ready, etc. Going through the pre-rituals. Well, while I've got the superstar quarterback here, Lauren, did you have any superstitions or pre-rituals for any game you do, whether you wash the night before, clean your shoes, or anything like that, or have a certain drink 5 minutes before the game? Or?
I do. I have a Red Bull during warm-up. Very athletic of me. Every game, Red Bull while I'm warming up.
I thought you were going to say it was like back in the days, a packet of Winnie Blues and a Red Bull.
Oh, Red Bull saved my life today. I would like to mention this stream is not sponsored by Red Bull. Although it could be. Red Bull, give us a shout.
Are you one of these people that sort of, back in the day for me, it was the night before the game, you'd have your stuff packed, ready to go, and just make sure you didn't forget anything, or you just leave it to the last second?
I leave it to the last second, but I'm organised enough that I know where everything is, so it's ready to go anyway.
Again, Kenny, they went for the sort of short onside-ish kick. And I think I was just looking at my brilliant stats, or thank you to the stats people we have here, which I haven't paid yet. Basically, the Thunder have only touched the ball 10 times.
Wow.
So that would be 2 onside kicks and 2 first to fourth downs. So this will be now the 13th time that these guys have touched the ball, and we are 6:07 into the second quarter.
The good news is, this is the best field position they've gotten all day. Trips out to the right, one lone receiver outside, the numbers to the left. Cubis back in a quarterback, will throw to Ewers, who was the ISO receiver out to the left. A bit too high. And that will fall incomplete, bringing up second down. Cubis, one of the lucky quarterbacks female quarterbacks in Australia who is blessed with that height, similar to you, Lauren, who have the ability to have those passing lanes that a lot of quarterbacks, like Torres, for example, does not have.
Yeah, you definitely have the height advantage, but it's also sometimes being able to bring that ball back down on the pass. Like that one went way over Amanda's head.
Holy
so
dooly, Truck Street. Cubis. Just trucking over a couple of Ravens there, makes that a 3rd and short situation. I just heard a cheer in the crowd. No doubt that is probably from Camp Cubis. Her sister and a friend of hers constantly come down with along with Casey's young niece.
Niece Hazel.
Niece Hazel, there you go. Some info. You always see them. They've all got Cubis shirts and Cubis jerseys.
I love that.
And here goes Liz Patu. We haven't seen enough of her. Look at her. That's 2 tackles, 3 tackles. Now she's wrestling with 4th and 5th defenders. Flags thrown high into the air towards the back end of that run, though. That run ended around the Ravens 17.
She runs so well with that ball. It's that rugby in her. But look at the way that she holds it. It's just terrifying if I was on her team to see her running with the ball like that. But at the same time, they have to commit to making that tackle to try and bring her down.
Well, look, running back Shady McCoy in the
Personal
NFL,
foul,
so
face mask, defense, number 15. Half the distance to the goal line, it's an automatic first down.
Well, we didn't hear the call, unfortunately, but it's on the Ravens, and we'll give half distance to the goal to the Thunder. I was too busy talking about Shady McCoy.
That's okay. But Shady's great.
When he's, not being investigated, but a great opportunity here for the Griffith University Thunder. They found some momentum now. A big Patu run following a Cubis carry has set them up inside the 10. Cubis to Patu. Patu running angry. Grabs a couple yards. Can't go too long with Patu in the game without talking about her. As you alluded to, Lauren, her rugby background, plays for the Australian rugby side and the Australian rugby sevens, along with Winona Base. Not in the sevens, I don't believe, but certainly in the full 15er side. They'll go to Patu again. Patu's got plenty of space. Patu in for 6.
That's a great running lane.
Fantastic blocking. Lauren, talk us through it.
Yeah, great job by the O-line. Just muscled them out of the way. Created that great lane for her to just run straight through.
Got Winona Base here, just clean up.
Oh, skip pull, look out. Nice job.
Oh,
great kick out block.
Just called her name and she delivers. Patu via the Winona Base Highway.
That's a well-designed play. Well done to that being drawn up. Great kick-out angle. Going to stack again.
Going for 2. No, that's Ewers. Ewers, Ravens blitz, and they get there. Taken out of the backfield by Brittany Todd, the former Jet.
I think the way we used to run that, Kenny, was basically the whole offensive line blocks to the one to the left. There you can see there's this nice block.
Oh. Alex Aarons.
That was a nice little clean-up. But no, everybody on the offensive line blocks to the left. All the people in the backfield blocks to the one block to the right. And that's basically how you should find your lane. But there is some confusion if you don't run that stack formation properly. But gee, there were some lovely blocks there.
There's a cheeky little addition to the Ravens sideline. Someone from your camp. He's also a Queensland and Australian coach. Adam Bolton, who's joining us in commentary.
Absolutely.
For the men's game.
We'll have a word to him. No, he's the Australian offensive line coach for the 2019 Australian Gridiron Outback World Cup squad. As you mentioned, Kenny, we'll be playing down there in Wollongong next year.
The Gong.
Down the Gong.
Was down in Sydney last weekend. Not quite as south as the Gong, but just learned to appreciate the third world down south. Shout out to all my New South Wales fans. I'm sure actually Alyssa Manera might be tuning in. Yana Floridas, the rookie, set to kick off. It's a good drive. Sits up around the 24. This is Grace Power. Grace Power looking for blocks. She cuts it back into the inside over the Gridiron Queensland logo. She goes and rumbles forward. They mark her down around the Thunder 42. We've gone 2 games without mentioning those who might be tuning into their first Gridiron game. Traditionally, Gridiron's played on a 100-yard field due to the goalpost situation we have with many games being played on rugby league fields. We're actually playing on a 90-yard field with the 10 yards being taken 5 yards either side of halfway. So that's why it goes 40 to 50 within 5 yards. You're not going crazy. Well, they've stuck to this formation again. This time they'll cross face with Moran. Moran using that right arm as a stiff arm, or too stiff arm I should say. Eventually run out of bounds around the Thunder 30.
A little key pickup there, Ken. If you have a look at Hayes, number 13, she'll give it away on which direction it's coming, because her stance as a receiver, she's considerably in the backfield because she knows she has to go over to the left side. But if she's up a little bit closer, it means that it's going to her side. So maybe if Griffith Thunder can pick up something there.
Chucking on the halftime scouting report. 4:26 remaining in the first half. 22-6 the score is the Thunder last team to put points on the board. The pitch, this time going the sort of opposite pitch, Torres to Moran. Moran hasn't been touched yet. Moran cuts it back at the 15. And inside the 15 she stays.
You're right, Kenny. It was a long time before she even got a Griffith jersey, a Griffith player around her.
Hayes picking up.
Hayes is on fire for me. For a receiver blocking, it's magnificent. But once she just gave a little push away, you don't need to stay with it and then go the next level. She's doing a great job.
As a quarterback who runs as often as you do, Lauren, it must be nice to have receivers who are happy to block downfield for you.
Yeah, she's quite good with that blocking as a receiver. You can always trust that she's also going to be up there with them when they run over that touchdown line. She's there.
Torres looking at pass, taken down for a sack. Pukakala. Well, that's the opposite of what you appreciate, Lauren.
Definitely.
She's got her eyes down.
Oh, great job. She's gone through almost 3 there, a double team, plus the running back. That's a great job from the Griffith player.
I think there's also Meadow Luano also in on the sack there. Give them half a sack each. Second down and long now after that sack on first. Same formation flipped. Pitched out to Moran. Moran cuts inside Rochelle Ware. Rochelle Ware does close down on her though, as does Beck Hirsch. Something I want to draw attention to, actually, Lauren. Last week, a lot of people don't know, you took a heck of a shot somewhere early in the second quarter, and you ended up having to finish that game pretending like your ribs weren't on fire.
It was in the first minute. Thank you, Meadow. And had to continue playing, pretending nothing was wrong.
Just thought I'd mention that after that big hit from Meadow just then. Thought you could relate. Thought I might have seen you wincing just a little bit. Third down and long. Torres looking over the middle, trying to find Bessie on a crossing route. It would have been a tough ask for her even if she caught it. That'll bring up a 4th down. No disrespect to Hayes here, but I think this might be out of her range. They'll have to consider going for it.
Especially against the wind, Kenny.
Yeah, that wind's pretty strong down there at the moment.
Yeah, you're looking at the tents now. It is, as we harped on about it in the Colts game, it's strong, but it's also fluky. Predominantly has been running left to right on the screen, but has had moments where it's just flipped for a couple seconds at a time. Torres, it's a good deep snap. She rolls out to her right. Powers in the end zone. She wants to try and hit Hayes. Hits Hayes in the hands. Would have been short of a first down, but Hayes drops it.
Good protection, rolling out, get the Torres out in the pocket.
Oh, it was actually well above Hayes' head there. I'll cut her some slack on that one.
That
The
pass
angle.
floated a little bit.
Coach, shorter quarterbacks like Torres, we've sort of had the conversation before, but is that something you need to install in your playbook there? A couple of rollout passes to sort of give them the passing lanes?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a bread and butter, but you definitely need to have it in there for sure.
More Liz Patu
Look at that.
action. She broke 3 tackles, and I swear at some point she was at a standstill and was still somehow breaking tackles.
Legs were chopping as well. It's a great run. This could be in handy if they're going with this now. I know it's almost the half time. The third and fourth quarter, if she can wear down this defensive line of the Ravens.
Super 7, Ellie Sharman.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
So we get a 2-minute warning from Tim Redshaw, but Ellie Sharman just got bulldozed from effectively a standing Liz Patu. Second down, Cubis is back in the game. They'll look for the shovel, but Cubis will keep a look at her in the open field. She covers a lot of ground with those long legs of her. Gets past the 40. Thunder look like they're in business. Oh no. Someone's down.
First charge, team
QB just ran
timeout.
straight over her own player, but it was a great run. I love this.
Taylor down.
You can see there you've got the option, the pitch relationships. That's a pitch where you can pitch the shovel pass, or you can give the option pitch there. So it is effectively a triple option. She can choose to pitch it forward, or she can go to the left, but she's trying to keep it herself. She's going to run right up the back of her own player, and that player is down.
Taylor Roberts down. She didn't really get an option on that play. Alec Cook just cleaned up. He was off the ball. But it's Taylor Roberts, the wide receiver, currently receiving medical attention. The only player on this Thunder roster taller than Casey Cubis.
Is that right?
According to Facebook photos. Where do you stand amongst those two, Lauren?
Shorter. Gotta beat me.
You can see the crowds here at All England's Park, or Suzuki Stadium as it's now known as. Definitely filling in as the day goes on. I think a few people struggled to make it to the 9 a.m. game. I'll be honest, so did I. Not used to having to get to Langlands at 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's a big day. It's a
God
big
forbid.
day, Kitty.
The volunteer staff and the management committee, and of course the live streaming team who had to get here a bit earlier.
I see what you mean there, Kenny. Very tall young lady.
Yeah. And they also throw Kat Prothero into that mix. Very, very funny Instagram post with those guys imitating the old car pop-up, blow-up people. Quality stuff. First down. Cubis. Well, she's fine out of all that contact, but she's got 2 backs now, Ewers and Patu. Will follow the block of Ewers, but will be taken down by Brittany Todd. 2 state teammates colliding on that play. Which is one of my co-commentators, tries not to die in the booth. Cubis throwing long, but who's that? Number 27, Shayna Price, couldn't shake the coverage of, there she is, Ruth Malolo Gee. Vafusawaga, as she also is known as. Fresh from Victoria, and actually she played an ATT as well this season, I believe, or was supposed to before they folded. 3rd down and 10.
Just shows you some of the passion that people have for this game of American football. They'll travel anywhere.
Shayna Price in motion. She'll move to the right slot. Twins right now. Cubis patiently looks over the defense. She'll want to look left now, want to hit Ewers. It's been a good combination those two have had. They're a really streaky duo, Ewers and Cubis. Once they get going. A timeout now called by the Thunder on the third down
That is
pass.
Thunder's second charge team timeout for the half.
As you just heard, their second of the half. They're obviously going to consider going for it here, Lauren, I imagine.
Yeah, I think they will. See what happens, whether they switch it up and put Ewers back into the backfield.
We'll take a short break while they do too. Back with more Sunbowl 34 action on the other side of this break.
Omaha! Face! Julius! Move 20! 50's right. Move! Clear! Omaha! Then down! 50's right!
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you think you need a lolly in 20 seconds, I'm going to tell you it's harder than it looks. Fourth down now. Thunder took a timeout. They come back on offense.
She's deep enough for a punt.
Cubis could if she wanted to, but she will let it fly. Hitting Hirsch! Hirsch had it! Lost it as she was going down to the ground. The Australian State wide receiver couldn't bring in that key catch, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
It was a doozy of a throw. Great protection. Just sort of one little bit stepped up, throw it off the back foot. Coverage was there, but it was a great throw. Just couldn't bring it in.
And well, Hirsch looks devastated there. I'm sure you've seen her make some crazy catches, Lauren. Also seen her drop a few in practice, I imagine.
Yeah, seen a bit of both, and she definitely takes it out on herself when she makes a mistake, as you saw there, but she'll try and bring herself back into the game on the next one.
Inside the final 2 minutes, 1 minute 7 seconds remaining. The Thunder were trying to add points on the board before the end of the half. The Ravens now a full complement of timeouts in over a minute. Grace Power, near side wide receiver, split very close. Torres to Moran. Moran following the blocks of her wide receivers and takes it inside the 40, down at the Thunder 36. Make that 37.
Really nice, job of the Ravens receivers there, knowing about angles. Hayes again, you could see she was in a certain position. She saw the alignment of the defensive end.
First charge
took a couple
team
of steps
timeout
out
for
to get
the
the better
Thunder.
blocking angle.
For
And
the
they basically ran straight behind her.
Ravens.
So these Ravens players are understanding angles, etc., which is exactly what you want out of your players.
Well, the Ravens took their first team charge timeout, leaving them with 2 and 58 seconds remaining. Lauren, 2-minute drill. Something you're well and truly used to. What are we looking at? What goes through the what comes out of the mouth of an offensive coordinator?
Well, for the Ravens, I think it'll be about them just playing smart, keeping the ball. I can see from out there, it looks like the Thunder's defense is a little bit unsure of what they're doing out there when the Ravens line up or move their formations. So I think the Ravens are just going to take advantage of that, keep it going and play it out till halftime.
And just looking at Mitchell Bessie there, who's obviously not competing today in the men's Sunbowl, helping out. Clearly, Luke Chapman has lent the headsets to the women's side, I believe. Trying to get the hard count. Maybe she got him.
I think it was a right guard or right tackle, number 20.
Kerry Christian.
There's a rocking in the stance. (27)
False start. Offense, number 27. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Kerry Christian.
It's great to see a referee who takes pride in Sunsmart. Doing the best Twilight impersonation.
I don't think it's out of I don't think it's a choice, mate.
The sun is brutal out there today, so especially with the wind as well.
First down. Torres and Moran with a 2 tight end set in front of the both of them. Moran will take it and will get hit by the Thunder linebacker. That is Lisa Tuilama. The rookie linebacker made her start all the way back in week 6, I believe, at home. We called or we called the men's game after that there, out of the front seat of the LSB mobile.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Just watching that replay there, Kenny, I reckon if...
That's the Ravens' second charge team timeout for the half.
Expect Torres to keep it because they're just chasing down Moran left, right and centre, so if she's got the shorter distance to the sideline, Coach Gerard might call her to keep it because, as I said, the Thunder are chasing Moran down the line of scrimmage. But yeah, that was a great game at Griffith Uni there where we...
2017?
At Toyota commentary booth, I think it was.
Yeah. Second down 10. The Ravens took their second team charge timeout, leaving both teams with just one remaining. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. This is going to usually be expecting a bit of a wind up here. Evans to Fuller down the left hand side. Second and 10. Power. Near side wide receiver. They'll give it to Moran. Moran trying to slice up the middle, but Brandy Klukas grabs her and takes her down. Moran takes that to the Thunder 27.
Ravens just happy to let the run. No, Gerard wants a timeout. He's saying hurry up. They're obviously not on the same page. Coach Gerard not happy.
That's the Ravens' third and final charge team timeout.
What do you think, Evans, here? 12.4 seconds remaining. That's probably at most, in the crazy situation, 3 plays. It was 3 quick incomplete passes, but really it's probably 2 plays.
And 1 reverse.
And a reverse. Yeah. Does that really leave them to just passing options from here?
I don't know. It looked like they kind of had 2 plays called in there, so they were trying to just hurry it up and get that going. Maybe just get the ball to Moran again and get it into the end zone one more time before halftime.
I see a lot of the seniors down to support and help this women's Ravens side. Darius Holiday-Miller also on the sideline. Running back of the Ravens men's side. Jace Leon as well, Andrew Van Womenstein. Of course, a lot of the Thunder men's team prepping for their Sunbowl upcoming. Moran with Green in front of her being chased down there by Floridas. Floridas pushes her out of bounds around the Thunder 15.
Nice job of out of bounds there with 5.4 seconds. Lead block to the side. Trying to turn the corner. The defender had the better angle, but out of bounds. Smart play. No timeouts. 5.4 seconds left.
Surely the final play here. Torres.
Thunder stacked to the left.
She'll keep it. You called it, and it's happening. Puka Kala with her second sack of the day. That will send this to halftime. The Thunder shut the door on any late points by the Ravens. Time expiring on that play. We have reached halftime here in the Women's Sunbowl 2018. Kenny Andre. And we'll be back for the second half here. Sunbowl 34 coming back soon. And a short break here in Sunbowl Day and Sunbowl Saturday. I'm here with new president Nigel Law, mate. The Sunbowl, always a huge tradition here in Gridiron, Queensland. We've really made an event here. You're taking over from Benson Party, which really started as one of his babies, and you're continuing the tradition now. Big pressure though, taking over after Big Ben's Sunbowl love.
Yeah, that's correct, Kenny. Filling Ben's and Mark's shoes and Richard Gill, all past presidents. They definitely, set a standard that it's hard. It's going to be hard to keep up with. I mean, obviously last week 2 weeks ago we had the playoffs at the Sunny Coast Stadium, which was a huge success with all the fans that came up. They loved the venue, so which is a new thing that the new committee's moving on. But again, big shoes to fill. So, and it's good to see the field looks impressive, and it's good to see a lot of fans in the stands today for which now is the inaugural division of juniors, which was something we added this year.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's talk a little more on that. It's an even bigger day now. It started off once upon a time as 2 games, men's and well, then known as juniors, then expanded out to women's. Now we've got 4 games, starting the Sunbowl at 9 a.m. now. No one's getting any sleep.
No, that's correct.
But it makes for a great day, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. And you know, look, it's really good to see that, you know, with the new the junior division, the kids coming through, which will now hopefully fill the Colts division, and then hopefully fill into women's and men's. With the youth, it's good to see that a lot of the teams that have got young girls playing. I think there was a great photo done by All Sports Photographs.
Yes,
it's a great photo with all those girls there. So, which will build the women's division, you know, which is what we need, you know. So, and we've got the youth, as you know, as well, which has started up, which is on Sundays, and that's going really well as well. A lot of young girls and guys playing that sport, you know, and it's full contact.
And also on top of that, not to disrespect a lot of our Stingrays fans out there, but for the first time we're seeing a whole bunch of different jerseys out there that are not Columbia blue, obviously still represented in the Colts division, but at least it's showing there's a little bit more parity in our league at the moment. Yeah,
that's right. I think, you know, the Stingrays, they're a fantastic team. They're definitely showing, you know, what obviously having each division does for a team. Yeah, sure, they came up short this year, but look, you know, I'm sure they'll be back next year for sure, you know. But it's good to see some of the other teams coming through. It just means that teams are lifting their level of football to come and play, you know, so that's good to see.
Finally, mate, is it politically correct for me to ask for your tips today?
Look, I think, you know, whoever the best team on the day should win, you know, so I don't have any bias to any teams. It's see who, you know, look, I suppose it'd be nice to see, well, you got, I suppose, the Thunder team, 3-year-old team. Will they be able to, you know, topple the Rhinos in the men's division, and obviously their women's team topple the Ravens? You know, and then Rhinos, they've been runners-up a few times, so hopefully, you know, again, maybe it's their year as well, so we'll see. So hopefully they just offer good football to watch.
We certainly hope so. President Nigel Law,
thank you
for your time, mate.
Thank you.
Match of the 2017 Sunbowl. Kenny Andres, Lauren Evans, John Hollywood Rowe, your commentary team.
Hello, hello.
And a high kick here by the Thunder. They could recover this. And eventually jumping on, I think, is Marissa Hayes. The Thunder trying to get amongst the onside kick action.
Very high into the... Oh, they had the wind with them as well. Again, you can fair catch those, and it saves everybody a whole world of hurt and trying to get injured, etc., making a tackle.
Just seeing a comment from your head coach there, Lauren. Not a lot being shown by both sides at the moment. Still better than watching their round 12 game. I'll have to agree with you there, Sarah.
Oh, Kenny, have we got some sort of fancy live stream commentary thing going on?
It's almost like we've got a computer open.
Oh.
First down and 10. Torres to Moran. Moran changes direction now, going up the right-hand side of the field. Running into her own player, and Power still chugging along with her feet. Gets this almost at the Thunder 30.
Kenny, that's one of those things there where you can clearly tell. I mean, definitely not bagging anybody out. You can see the difference between Hayes blocking and Power blocking, because obviously, as you said, Grace has only come up a couple of times. Whereas you can see the difference in the blocking of knowing where Moran is. So we'll have to watch that, make sure those blocks stay out in the perimeter. Second high snap we've seen.
Moran back at quarterback, back to the wild bird formation, as they refer to it as. And past the 30, Moran goes. Evans, we were speaking during the halftime about sort of adjustments you think need to be made. What do you think the Thunder need to do to try and dig into this deficit and try to get this back to an even ball game?
Well, hopefully over the halftime they've sort of sorted out some issues that they look like they're having on their defense side. So hopefully they can pick that up a little bit.
Phone. Bessie shot out of a cannon out of bounds. And runs like that, well, that's probably not going to help, I imagine.
No. I think Thunder hasn't had a lot of time offensively to get that ball to make some things happen. So we'll see what their plan is offensively in the second half.
Again, we started with the gone through 3 quarterbacks already, just like pretty much like the first series there for the Ravens.
Well, they're going back to the huddle though. First and 10. Ball on the 26. Sorry, check that. Other side of the field. 14. Is that Bessie at quarterback will hand it to Moran. Moran changes direction without being touched. That looked like poetry in motion. Moran adds the first touchdown of the second half. Ravens come out with possession and add another 6-pointer. Lauren.
True Moran style, cutting back.
I'm seeing a wide receiver coach next to me and Coach Hollywood just losing his marbles over some of the fantastic blocking around.
It comes from the lady that I was just having a comment about, Grace Power. It was great technique that just did the old rollover block. Magnificent job. That was the old counter in the backfield there, so it was like inside left counter, so it ends up coming back to the right, and you can see that the Griffith had sort of not so much over pursued, but the Ravens had the better blocking angle on the Thunder.
Moran, Cook, and Bessie in the backfield.
Here we go.
High snap, but it's handled by Moran. She'll run herself wide, a block by Cook. And because of that, Moran goes untouched inside the right pylon. They add him 2 points.
Great job by Cookie.
That's how you do it. It's great. We've got the delay replay here, so we get a chance to have a look at it again. Double block. Excellent. Again, there's another receiver doing the pancake block. You watch it out to the far right, so this is the touchdown.
There's power on the previous touchdown. But a few more people. That roomie of yours, Adina Davey, now tuning in to listen to your commentary. As WAs and former GQs, Kevin Wilson.
Oh, g'day, Kev.
Listening in. I believe WA, at least the women's division, I think they missed a week of footy last week, so he had way too much time on his hands. Probably booked a flight to America in that time, or China, or somewhere crazy. He's always in the air.
Oh, and Kev, loved the birthday cake, or the cake you were in the kitchen. It was lovely. Very nice. Keep up the posting. You can tell what happens when people have been involved in Gridiron all their life, don't have a week of Gridiron. They end up doing some crazy stuff.
A lot of creative stuff, like baking cakes.
Baking cakes.
You know, if you check out, was it Loz Bakes or something? What's the handle?
Desserts by Loz.
Desserts by Loz on Instagram. Every week she's got something crazy, fantastic, and magical posted out that she offers to sell us plebeians.
Funny thing is, Kenny, she's not allowed to have any of them.
That is some.
You can't even lick the icing off the spoon.
It's torture.
It's the onside.
Another onside.
Oh!
Winona Base. She finds her own way to handle it. Oh, and Hayes is still down. So last time she tried to field it. This time, Winona Base just takes out everyone. Oh, Base in the place, London. Takes out 2 of them.
We had a chat before the game started on what our strategy was on that kickoff, and actually mentioned a similar situation happening. So,
Well,
good job, Riz.
Work with what you got. I'm a big fan. Winona, nicely done. First down and 10. Cubis back at the signal caller. And she'll take this and rush forward.
Oh, Marissa hurt her arm there. Ravens, number 13. She's in a lot of pain.
So much so she goes immediately straight. She doesn't even want to go down. She doesn't want to cost the team a timeout.
You can see right there on the replay.
And
yeah.
it's actually, Winona Base coming and cleaning up. Her arm gets caught, I think maybe an elbow. And she too, along with Moran and Bessie, they've struggled to play a full season. I think at training when I had a chat to them, between Moran and Hayes, they've only played probably about 4 full games between them. They've suited up for many games, taken a couple carries, but probably only played 4 full games between the both of them this season. Well, it looks like Hayes is going to get some extended treatment. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back soon.
Omaha! Base! Julius! Blue 20! 50's right. Blue! Omaha! They're down. 50's back.
She just keeps going.
And it keeps going. That's how we're referring to Marissa Hayes.
We can rebuild her.
Second down. Ewers, the quarterback of choice now with Liz Patu. Patu will pass protect as Ewers tries to connect with Cubis. A little too far wide. Falls incomplete, and that'll be a 3rd and 6.
Good coverage by the Ravens there. Everybody's playing in the right spot. Most of the corners had inside leverage on the receivers. And the seam going down the middle. It's covered deep by the safety.
Well, here's a bit of a mismatch. Ruth, I think that's Ruth Malolo Vafusuwaga, one of the shorter players on the team, matched up with Cubis. Doesn't matter because it'll be a Patu run. She flips it out to Ewers. Ewers is not allowed to run because they called forward progress over. So, I'm lucky for the Thunder because Ewers probably had a lot of space there. Ooh. Well, that was probably tight, to say it best. I'm watching it in real time.
I suppose with the, again, Kenny, with the emphasis on safety these days.
4th and 7. No idea, no thoughts of a punt here. Ewers moving Robertson Price to the right side of the field. Cubis 1-on-1 with Vafusuwaga on the near side sideline. That's where she's going, using her height. And it was a perfect throw. Cubis had Malolo Vafusuwaga's hands in her face. Couldn't bring it in. We'll mark one up for the shorties there.
Doing everything right too. Great pass. Good move by the receiver to get past the corner. The pass was thrown to the right height. Just got to come down with it. There may have been a little bit of harassment there from the corner, but nothing that would have drawn a penalty.
30-0, 4:50 remaining in the third. Kenny Andres, Lauren Evans, John Hollywood Rowe. First down, Moran. Moran, still going. They won't catch her. We've got to play it down. Back at the line of scrimmage, but Moran adds another touchdown.
See, this is the thing for me here, Kenny, is no one's in the end zone celebrating with her. That's a thing for a team. They got to get in that. Does she score too often, so nobody cares? We almost had a fight in the backfield, and Marissa Hayes is back in. So what's going on there? She was faking it.
Clearly not a drama. You said there was... Well, I didn't quite see it. You were pointing it out. There was some drama back at the line of scrimmage. Moran is alone in the end zone. We've actually got a bit of an error on the scoreboard here. That's correct, 36-6. But on the scoreboard, don't worry, it is marked correctly for us. It is 36 points to 6.
Big backfield, high snap.
Moran fields the snap. Trying to slice through the D. That she does. 38 points to 6. Right now, there we go. Let's take a look at the touchdown again. We might see what happened in the backfield there.
Oh, a little bit of face masking there.
Oh, Rochelle Ware and Rosie Shelton. Another woman. A one to back down from a confrontation. Rochelle Ware, a state and Australian representative, also plays rugby league for the Aspley Devils. 38 points to 6 now after that successful 2-point conversion. Ravens really starting to get comfy in the driver's seat.
And how quickly it can turn too, guys. Basically, it's gone from, it was that 4th down, Cubis had it in the hands, they dropped, next play, bam, touchdown. The game can turn just like that.
Evans, thoughts of an onside kick here, especially after Hayes got cleaned up last time.
She'll slot it right behind the first line. See what happens.
Oh, there we go. There's a caddy advice from All Australian caddy, kicking caddy, Lauren Evans. Winona Base is ready to light someone up. They kick it right back to her. It gets the bounce. Hayes gets drilled anyway. And it is recovered by the Thunder. Brandy Klukas on the recovery.
Good job by Ellie to put her body on the line to stop Brandy, because we all know how heavy and strong she can run.
Yeah, we saw her at Nationals get physical ball in hand.
Beautifully dropped right over the middle.
Poor Marissa Hayes comes back from being injured and immediately runs back into the woman who caused it.
I'll be here again all day.
I'm quickly becoming a big Winona Base fan. Lila Cook off the edge. 2018 Women's MVP. And
look at that! Look at that!
Brings the boom. Isla Cook on Amanda Ewers.
I think there's a whole lot of wrong. Not sure what's going on in the backfield, where it's supposed to be a counter or a... Bring in the boom.
Cook's having a quad the day on the defensive side of the ball.
They all set up there to run to the right, so it was supposed to go that way.
Cook again in the backfield, but the ball's handed off. I think that's still Lisbeth too.
Third down and about 11, 10 and a half. Coach Mitchell Bessie on the sideline directing air traffic control by the looks of it. He's got his arms waving and what the signals he's calling in.
I do wonder who's on the other side of that headset. Third and Ewers looking for Price over the middle. She's got her. That's on third down. Won't be enough to convert, but at this point, they're on 4-down territory.
That's a great pass. It's a great little play design, great pass. You've got the receiver doing the bubble, which will widen the closest linebacker, which then creates a space in the alley of the left guard tackle region. You'll see it. This will be a great angle to see it. Price, look at that gap right there. Great job. Oh, speed option.
Oh,
here we go.
Got it. Look at her go. She closed out the game last year with a touchdown. Gets her team inside attacking territory on this one.
Really nice job. Yep, there's your pitch relationship. Bam, let's go. Great block by 87.
Very common play that we've seen from Thunder this season, and noted that, you know, they think that Amanda's going to keep the ball and Liz is right there next to her and she pitches it off way downfield as well.
Looks like that is a Grace Power down, so they're going to have a quick look at her. It looks like she's getting to her feet. We're the crowd here at Langland Stadium. Langland's Park, I should say, Suzuki Stadium. All three MVPs featured in today's Women's Sunbowl. Lila Cook, the overall MVP. Chrissy Torres, the offensive MVP, and Meadow Lano, the defensive MVP on the Thunder. And it looks like Grace Power, oh, she's really favouring that left arm.
Yeah, you can see that.
Take a bit of a sit.
Yeah, it's not moving at all much there, Kenny, is it? Cuba spread way out wide. She might be running an in route.
And that's the way. No, they're looking for Price. Play broken up by the Ravens. That looks like it's Ellie Sharman on the coverage. Try to go play action. Quick Quick slant over the middle. No dice.
Lauren, you've been down here plenty of times before. Do you base it on your timing route or your steps route if you're looking for something in the end zone?
Yeah, we try to combine those plays to bring some in, get the timing with a check down to Fuller into the back of the end zone.
Liz Patu takes this to the Ravens 4. 3rd down and goal. They'll give it to Patu.
No, she wanted to keep it.
And she's taken down. Who else? Isla Cook.
And that is a great job. We didn't see that in the juniors game. I think it was Colts game previously. That time the defensive end right there stayed with the responsibility, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
First charge team timeout to the Thunder.
Timeout taken there by the Griffith University. Bit of an interesting journey for Isla Cook. She started the year playing rugby league. She actually saw me when I was calling a rugby league game for the East Tigers. She played for the East Tigers, the home club of Suzuki Stadium. And she came up and had a chat with me, told me that she was currently training with the men's Rhinos.
Oh, wow.
And obviously disappointed when the ladies team couldn't come to a head at the Rhinos. Was going to sit out the year and just train with the men's side before she decided she wanted to get amongst it and found a home at the Ravens. Obviously seemingly a good fit for both parties.
And I think that's one thing we've definitely seen this year, Kenny, with you being the historian of the league, so to speak, is we've had, from what I can see, so many people either change teams or just move around, either through work or through clubs folding or just not being happy somewhere.
Seen a few people. Notice that they're on stream, giving us a wave. I feel it happens a lot more than it used to, though, in this current day and age. It used to be a pretty big deal when someone would change clubs, and now it seemingly happens routinely during the off-season. Ewers following the block of Patu, but then throws to her. Can't connect, incomplete. That was 4th down. Turnover on downs. The Ravens deny them on the back of a couple of big Isla Cook plays.
They got all the way down here. Just couldn't get that one close to the end zone. It should be interesting for the Ravens, Kenny, with a 1:35 on the clock for the 3rd, going into the 4th. Just try and get out of here and run the clock down, or will they just try and go for the end zone as normal?
They currently lead at 38-6. Last year scores 50-20.
It's a good stand by the defense there for the Ravens.
Torres passes out to Moran. Moran's had a busy day and chased down nicely by Puka Kala.
Ooh.
Puka Kala looks hurt. Moran's immediately showing attention.
Just that shoulder hitting the ground, I think. Yeah, a little hyperextension. You can see straight away she's grabbed for that left arm or wrist.
Bit of holding there by Gracie on back.
Referees
Didn't get
missing
flagged.
Puka Kala currently down, and we're going to take a short break while Puka gets looked after. Back soon.
Blue 20! 50's right. Blue, clear! Omaha! They're down! 50's right!
We are back here at Langland Park. Suzuki Stadium is now known as home of the mighty East Tigers, the Intrust Super Cup runners-up in 2018. Brian Torpey, the CEO of the East Tigers, has been floating around. Great bloke. Loves having the Sunbowl here. Torres a quarterback with that diamond formation out to the left. Looks like there's a bit of trickery afoot, but the Thunder's having none of it. They take Torres down with a host of tacklers.
That's a great swarming defense from the Thunder. Looks like there was about 3 different play actions. Let's have a look here. Was it going to high snap to fake, or was it going to be a shovel inside? And due to the high snap, it just messed up the timing.
Looks like it was meant to be a handoff to Kestra on the way back through, but defense got into the backfield and put the pressure on Chrissy.
Liz Batu, Lisa Tuiloma, also number 80, Ferani Apineru, all contributing on the tackle.
Oh, there's a bad snap.
Bad snap indeed, and Torres is punished for it. Once again, I think that's... No, it's number 8, Lisa Tuiloma, this time laying the smackdown.
That's been a huge problem in the second half for the Ravens, as the snaps have been way high or very looping, which takes up time, and then I think that's our first snap that's dribbled along the ground.
Looks like they're going to punt here.
Well, they'll probably let the quarter run out, I would imagine. And that is the case. And the two teams will take a walk down to the other side of the field as we head to the fourth quarter with the Ravens. They look like they're in a good position to defend their title. 38 points, plays 6. Ahead of the Griffith University Thunder. Well, the Thunder's keen to walk down. Grace Powers walking off with the Thunder. Doesn't realise the team's still huddled back at the 20.
Oh, I've seen a few players do that over the career.
See the Ravens sideline there.
Kenny, I'm looking down the stadium here, left and right. Good crowd. Plenty of people in the viewing. Beautiful day. Got the Rhinos men's I can see warming up down on the field at the northern end of the ground. Used to hate how both teams would have to warm up in the same field, in the same area.
All the mind games that comes with that. Stay on your side of the 50. And you're right, Evans. They'll punt it away. Marissa Hayes is going to take the safety. Interesting. I thought they would have had enough faith in their defense there.
So for the people at
field position.
Sorry, Kenny, for the people at home, we should have taken a photo of Lauren and myself's face on what just happened, because we both just looked at each other and just sort of had the same bewilderment type look there.
Well, let me break that down for any new viewers. So I like to use the rugby league comparison. If you get tackled in your own in goal or beyond the dead ball line, which we refer to the end zone here in American football, not only do you have to kick the ball back, in this case from the 20-yard line, you also surrender 2 points. So as you see, the Ravens voluntarily, through Marissa Hayes, gave up that 2-point safety and have opted to take the field position by being able to punt it without pressure from the 20-yard line rather than a punt from a few feet inside their own end zone. Uh-oh, Coach Hollywood's
and I found the binoculars. It's 38-8. It was 38-6. Now I don't know if that's a sign of respect or whatever, but it's one of those things. If you'd at least taken the safety, run around the end zone and choose some time off the clock. It just makes it. I really don't know what the intent was, but I'd love to have a chat to the head coach afterwards to work out why.
Well, I guess the logic, and I think you nailed it there, is that They're trying to protect against touchdowns rather than 2 points, so that's why they're opting to kick off. And I should also add, you don't have to punt it if you wish to kick off. It's a free kick. You can punt it or you can kick it off. Liz Batu, the kick returner, the lone kick returner. Already past the 25. She's found some space. Will that decision come back to bite him? The kicker, Marissa Hayes, the last line of defense, takes her down. Liz Batu almost makes them pay for their cheeky decision to take the safety. Lauren, give us some thoughts.
Yeah, Lauren, why?
I don't know what to say. Essentially, they took a safety, kicked it anyway, and in the process of doing so, put Thunder's strongest runner back there as the one who was going to return it.
So, I almost wanted, for justice sake, had Batu return that for 6. First down, Batu in the backfield, and she will get the pitch eventually. She's running with vigor. Look at her go.
Still going.
Still. Almost in, rotates around, is down at the 2. She's a joy to watch.
Close to a face mask at the end there. Almost. Great blocking there by the receiver to hold on forever. Here we go. Here's the big don't argue. Bushka. See there, coming up. Almost a face. No, that's all good. My apologies. Just the hands around the helmet. Nothing wrong with that.
Just a wake of defenders.
Look at the shoulder. Look at the dipping of the shoulder. And the big don't argue. Here we go. What is Griffith going to do here? What else? What else? In the end zone.
The trucking continues. And after all that, the Thunder get a touchdown anyway. All Liz Batu.
I think for me, Kenny, it's a case of, yeah, well, that means it's only 38-14. But it's the principle of why you'd take a safety and why you'd do that. That's the thing I look forward to finding out afterwards, because what a drive. And as Lauren mentioned, you kicked it and you kicked it to the strongest player and you basically ended up in the same position. It's almost like they punted anyway.
I guess, you know, the logic is that you take 2 points to have a free kick, but that's in the past now. 2-point conversion. Thunder's in business. They're trying to hit, I think that was number 49, Rochelle Richardson. Over the middle, incomplete.
Kenny, I think I figured out why. It's the spread. It's the point spread. No, I'm not insinuating anything.
I'd just be disappointed because I didn't know there was a market.
No, the last Boy Scout was on television last night.
Damon Wayans.
Billy Cole, you better start scoring some TDs.
That is one of the most fascinating starts to a movie I've ever seen.
Lauren's looking at us like, you guys are old.
Yeah. No.
38-14, 7:30 left. Keep those comments coming in on the live stream. We've got Kenny's paid his internet bill, and we're using his computer to see the wonderful and supportive comments that you leave for this live stream Brisbane production.
Just occurred to me, I was wondering that I happen to know everyone who's popping up joining the stream, then I realise it's my Facebook. So you'd hope that I know everyone. And this one will be
free ball.
Possibly in the hands of the Thunder. They're going to suss this out. And
Ravens got it.
It looks like it will be a purple ball. I think it might have been Marissa Hayes again. She has done a lot of dirty work for this Birdtown unit.
We'll just call her RoboCop and Terminator. We can rebuild. Look at the way she's working with that arm. It's still going to hurt. It's just one of those things there where it was the players at the bottom of the pile, very, very awkward. Injury could happen there.
Teacher by trade, Marissa Hayes.
Cookie in at left guard.
Why not at this point?
Oh, we're short. Yep.
I believe that's a legal substitution.
It would have been
not if you take a timeout though. And, Ravens will take their second time out of the half.
First Ravens charge team timeout for the second half.
We might take a timeout too.
Omaha! Face! Omaha! Face! Julius! Blue 20! 50's right. Blue! Clear! Omaha! 10! Then down! 50's right!
Coming back now, Moran grabbed the carry. Evans, you pointed out that looks like they took the timeout to avoid the illegal formation penalty.
Yeah, lined up the way they were. They only had 4 on the line.
Did you see that? You called Cookie though, but see, she was lead blocking. So did she end up trapping or pulling there? I'm not sure. You see that on the replay next time. But you pointed she was in there.
Number 83 is Brooke Gibson, rookie centre for the Bayside Ravens.
Yep.
She'll block for Moran. Oh, someone came in like a missile. And I think she's actually got some friendly fire. Is that Beck Hirsch?
Beck Hirsch. She's got a cramp.
So have a look. Cookie is there we go on the skip pull there. Kick out block. Great hole. Bam. Here comes that safety.
That is Beck Hirsch. She's up now. She's okay. Apparently.
Great angle here. That's awesome though, Kenny. That's what you want. Step, flow, blow. Step to the hole, flow with it and blow it up. As soon as you see that gap, go shoot it. Great job by Thunder there.
6.5 remaining in the game. 38-14.
Well, there's the opposite pull.
Torres to Moran. Moran into the open field. Inside the 5, a touchdown Moran. Putting together another impressive day on the Gridiron Queensland grand stage.
Credit to Moran, but watch Cook. She's going to be on the right guard. Oh, a little bit there. She's right guard, and she pulled left. Great kick-out block, which just opened up the hole. That's basically been the last 3 plays. Is they've had Cook in there, put her on the left, trap right, put her on the right, trap left, blowing behind, Moran just blowing past defenders.
Cookie's now in at right guard.
Just keep moving around. They'll run away from her this time. Moran has to break some tackles.
Oh, she's over.
And she fights for it.
I do love that assisting the runner rule. I think it's a great rule. Back in the day, it wasn't allowed.
Aiding the runner.
I think it's just because it screams Australian scrum.
Feels unnatural to penalise us for that. And I almost catch ourselves by surprise how we're almost not as excited anymore when Moran scores. We've seen it so many times, whether at the state level and Australia level for yourself, for you, or unfortunately sometimes on the other side.
Yeah.
But it's just something we've come to expect from the top flight running back.
Well, it is a joy to watch her run, and she can. But sometimes she can do it by herself, and sometimes she can't, and she needs the help of teammates. But once she sort of gets in that open space, she reads blocks very well. So it may not be as exciting, but it's just a joy to watch, which is fantastic. Let's not forget, she's trained very, very hard.
Extremely.
To be the type of gridiron player that she's become today.
I think I covered it back, in the earlier days of the Logan City Jets time when she was fresh out of touch football. Quite the different body type to where she is now. Lila Cook now getting involved in special teams. And that number 83, Laura Newell, the water polo player, getting taken down on special teams.
One of this afternoon's fun things, I'm just watching one of the down chain assistants on the far side try and hold up the lollipop marker because it's windy as over there. He's getting blown around. Oh dear.
I have a feeling sailing is not for you, sir. Or madam. 1st and 10. And it'll be a keeper for Ewers. She's read it well.
Great block out there by Cubis.
And she's still going, blocking, and tackle breaking ability on display on that run.
Cubis with a great kick out block there. Allowed Ewers to get some extra yards. Excellent fake. Or read. Power coming off again with that left arm for Ravens.
The day might be done with under 6 minutes remaining now on this Sunbowl. 46 points to 14. Amanda Ewers looking to pass, shovels it back inside. On the other end of it was Elizabeth Ulale, one of the state running backs, getting some late reps. Picks up about a yard with that play. They haven't whipped that out since the first quarter.
Clock continues to run.
2nd and 9. Ewers looking long for Cubis. Has her. Cubis will fall over the goal line. Touchdown, Thunder. Ewers to Cubis.
Great job. That was the catch we wanted to make earlier on, but it was, again, great ball position. Put it up high for her, let her go get it, and literally can fall over the tall timber into the end zone.
It's probably something that the Thunder was hoping to have a little more of. It's probably something that, Lauren, you and I probably thought we'd see more of.
Yeah, definitely thought we'd see a bit more passing from Thunder. But when you've got that matchup in size difference between Cubis and Kestra, you want to throw it up high and let Cubis do what she's got to do.
Fumble.
Oh, pick it up.
Now
take it in.
Up by Liz. And will be taken down. An unsuccessful 2-point conversion there. Leaves us at 46 points to 20 with 5 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the game.
Great ball from Ewers there. Bessie was with her, but just didn't turn around at the right time.
For those who might be watching from previous streams, you might remember her as Kestra Trias Mono, who married long-time partner Mitchell Bessie earlier this year, who is now acting as one of their coaches on the sideline. .507.
It's really timing it into that, bringing it up again and watching that wind go. They're kicking into the wind, and then 5 seconds later it's kicking with the wind. This will be havoc for the men's game, I think. Good line drive kick. Yes.
Torres will eventually clean it up. That was a scary kick.
Nice line drive.
We've seen very few traditional kickoffs in this game, haven't we?
Well, it's a game. It's a game plan. You can only do with only go with what you got. We've got number 21 there for the Ravens. She's limping off very quickly. She doesn't look good there.
There was a change of kicker there. That was actually Rachel Carey having a kick. High snap for Bessie. She has to pick it up.
Oh, it's a face mask.
Rochelle Ware takes her down. You thought it was by the face mask. No flags on the field.
I'm just watching it adjust a face right now.
Well, I'm seeing Gerard.
There it is.
Fitzpatrick.
Oh, hello.
He'll throw for a no call. He's very passionate about the protection of his players, Gerard. So he had that hand reaching for the red flag very quickly.
The ruling of a field of a face mask.
Don't sound too excited, Tim.
So can you explain here for people who maybe new, what do they do? So Gerard's thrown the red and he's done the old TV box signal. So what's happening right now?
So when we get to the playoffs and we have this, we have the availability of live streaming and referees in the booth to check over things, coaches have the ability to throw a red flag there and call for what's usually an incorrect call, or as we found out in recent playoffs, a call that has been missed. And we're seeing the review happen right now with Rochelle Ware on Bessie. And that's indisputable evidence, if you ask me.
Just watch the head now. If they let that roll... Oh.
Maybe not.
You watch the face and the chin just dip. And there's the head turn.
Just thought, yeah.
I saw it.
Okay.
And now he's turned it off. That's such a Tim thing to do. We love you, Tim. Safe to say, Gerard Fitzpatrick proven to be correct on the call. And the Ravens will be receiving a 15-yard penalty. So you cannot grab a player by the face mask. Doing so results in a 15-yard penalty against your team.
Oh, I don't know, Kenny. I thought it was a twist and turn. Oh, I'm happy to talk to the referees about that one. You can grab, but it has to be a twist and turn, but I'm happy to be wrong.
No, I think you're actually correct on that one.
Another high snap.
Torres has to dance. Gets to the outside. Breaks another tackle. Eventually, Tuiloma takes her down.
Remember back in the day, Kenny, we had the 5-yard penalty and the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, the arguments. That's not a 15-yard. Lauren, you're number one fan in LA. Oscar F. Lopez giving you a shout out.
Hey, Oscar.
Must be stoked with the way the Rams are going lately. Not so much for that other LA team. Second down.
That's a better snap.
And it takes it cleanly, gets a first down. Just over 4 minutes. And we've got a couple of injured players on the Thunder sideline.
These players are a little bit sore and tired at the moment. It's been a long day in the sun.
Rowena Williams helped up. Beck Hurst looks like she's playing on Will alone.
See Cook still in there for the Ravens. You can see how much better they play when they get a better snap. Moran can run onto the ball correctly. Hayes, another great job there on the replay. Is Marissa Hayes almost the Rob Gronkowski? She's a receiver but blocker in there.
Probably just doesn't have the party lifestyle to go with it. Another carry there to Moran. This game is dwindling to a close. A few more flags and injuries slowing down the fourth. Two different to last year's scoreline, in fact. Very tight split here for the Ravens.
27's trapping again.
And Torres is taken down for it. Meadow Luano, the defensive MVP. And Torres now feeling the cramp. The time-killing cramp.
Saw a similar thing at State from Chrissy. She was mortified.
I was just about to bring that up. She was horribly embarrassed to be the first player going down with cramp on. I think was it day 1.
I think so. Game 1.
Looks like Maroon's coming off the field. Swaziland checking in.
Maroon getting the play.
Again, it's about getting the reps now for everybody. Make sure everybody's healthy and staying safe. Let's see, we just saw a couple of images there of the Thunder players having a stretch as well. So cramps across the board in the legs and the calf region there.
Certainly, it's getting more as this afternoon goes on. It has probably been a little more relenting this Sunbowl compared to previous ones due to the breeze. We've certainly played in some hotter ones, dare I say it. Focus on screen along with base Newell.
Bad snap.
Another one. Cleaning up is Bessie. And she'll get taken down by the hip. Michelle Ware, those two coming at it again. 22-33.
If it was any other time, I imagine Coach Gerard would be pretty furious at the moment with the amount of bad snaps we've had in this half of football. With 2:28 to go and being up by that score, he might let a little bit go, but he definitely want to have a chat.
Team time out of the half.
Just make sure we get the snaps right. I think one time we had that where we knew we couldn't change the centre, so we said, right, QB, just stand 4 steps back. Don't try and fix the problem. Work around it.
We'll hear the rest of it after this ad. Short break.
Omaha! Base! Julius! Move 20! 50's right. Move! Clear! Omaha! Then down! 50's right!
And we're back on the side of that Trouble Sport timeout. I did see Jack Lake floating around earlier today from Trouble Sport. His dad, his dad David, him and Jack have been involved with the Sunbowl for many a year now.
And good gear as well.
Fourth down and forever. This time. Oh, they're faking it on 4th and long. B. Clement on the reception.
Oh, big don't argue.
Sorry, that's not B. Clement. That's number 27. Let me check over my notes. I didn't expect that. It's one of the guards. Karen Christian.
Let's have a look at the replay of this.
Still not enough for the first down.
Yeah, but it's...
Guess they deemed it safer than a punt after their last kickoff.
Look at that. That's great. Let's do it in the grand final. Big don't argue. Who cares? Good call. Have some fun.
Defense now on as the Thunder come back on. It was a touchdown scoring drive last on the run with via Liz Patu. She's back in the backfield now with Amanda Ewers.
Oh,
deep drop. They're going for the
under screen. Yeah.
And it's Roberts. She pitches
Lateral.
it off to base. Some park footy here. She's pitching it off now. Love it. And they probably didn't get downfield as much as they'd hoped, but certainly entertained.
I'm loving watching Candice Swaziland here. She doesn't know the ball's been pitched. She's still hanging on for dear life, thinking
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Get the ball.
During all that craziness, we did pass the 2-minute warning. 1:52 remaining in this 2018 Women's Sunbowl.
But you're right, Kenny. You called it straight away. You could just see they were setting up that sort of receiver under screen.
Second and 11. A speed option to the left. Ewers will pitch it late. Nicely done.
Oh, great spin.
Oh, and taken down by Ellie Sharman, I think Liz actually lost the ball as she went down to the ground, but they'll mark her down. I think the only player who... Oh, Gerard Fitzpatrick, successful with his first challenge, throws the flag out again. The outgoing, retiring women's head coach. I think he's just trying to milk his last game for all it's worth. He just threw the arms in the air. I think I'm not far off.
That was a lovely interpretive dance of an eagle he just did then. Exactly right, throwing the arms. So what's he challenging, Kenny?
Let's find out.
Okay. They also have a challenge?
They also have a challenge? With double flags!
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's
I challenged the challenge.
They're saying that there was a fumble. They can't challenge and say that we got it correct when we ruled there wasn't a fumble, okay?
So we're challenging the challenge of the non-call or non-issue.
So they're saying she's fumbled it here. It's been recovered by the Ravens.
Well, she's definitely... In my opinion, she's lost control.
Yeah.
I can't find where the ball is.
Well, I don't know what you'd call it. I mean, these things were they... Well,
I think Tim needs to realise he's got his mic
yeah, that's what
back
I'm
to
saying.
front. I feel like I'm peeking in on a conversation here. Double challenges. Lauren Evans, what a time to be alive. I don't think I've even seen that at the NFL level.
Is Kel predicting that the call might go in favour of the Ravens and contesting that?
It would make sense. Although I'm not sure what he's challenging.
After review, the ruling on the field of the runner being down is confirmed.
Okay, so Gerard, here's the way I've seen it. Gerard Fitzpatrick has challenged, saying that it was a fumble. The original call on the field was that Liz was down by contact before the ball came out. That challenge was unsuccessful. And as far as I can see, Kel's flag's been ignored. Amanda Ewers, let's move on. Super 7, Ellie Sharman almost picking the ball off. Second down. This is too confusing.
What is going on here? And see, this, Kenny, this is the issue of the red flag.
I think Tim was trying to talk to us.
No, I don't care. I don't care. This is the issue of the red flag. Can you see the confusion it causes? There's a challenge, a counter challenge of the challenge.
First down and 10. Trips right. Looking long for Roberts. Roberts is underneath it.
Yes.
Cuts in field and is taken down by Sharman and Todd, the two former Jets. Queensland wide receiver Taylor Roberts.
It's almost a fair catch on the pass.
It's a good job by Taylor to recognise that ball as a bit of a floater and make that adjustment to get under it.
Absolutely. And in stride.
Roberts has got some breakaway speed of her own. We saw that in the WAGL. Throwing over the middle to Roberts again, incomplete. Breaking up the pass is Candice Swaysland.
Just watching Thunder maybe trying to set up a sort of a wheel route on the far side. You got one of the receivers sort of doing an out and up. I don't know if Ewers has got the strength, arm strength into the wind at this stage. It's going to have to be quick. And it's a long throw.
Second down and 10. Just over a minute remaining. Ewers looks like she'll finish this game out. She wants Cubis. Too high. Incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. With a minute remaining, the score is 46 points to 20. Ravens, the defending champions, with the lead. Well, they were in a similar situation last year. They were trailing Well, their score was 14 at this point last year, before Amanda Ewers led a drive that saw her capping it off with a 2-yard touchdown. And Ewers will take off. Got a good block from Roberts. It's a good and no block by Sunshine Lawrenson.
There was an illegal block, but I think she knew what she was doing and basically put the hands up and stopped, which was great. So the referees didn't call it. Good patience there. Has a look downfield. Tuck and run. Let's go.
Timeout Thunder. That's their second charge team timeout.
See a better angle of it. Receiver down here at the bottom of the screen. No, good job. Good job.
50 seconds. The clock as the Thunder stops it with their final team charge timeout.
I do love a good Sunbowl. It brings out all types of people. We obviously had the parents and mums and dads and uncles and aunties here for the first game, and second game, again, the family sort of comes out, makes a day of it, and then you got partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, etc. for the next game. Same thing with the next one. And more I'm saying is now we've got a lot of alumni here. So I'm seeing a lot of old people right in front of the commentary booth of ex-players that are happy that their team, whoever they barrack for, has made it to the Sunbowl. It's great to see everybody out. Just before Christmas too.
We're what, 5 weeks anyway now? Ewers looking to the end zone. Will throw underneath the Patu.
Oh, here we go.
Patu fighting for 6. And falling just short. About a yard out.
Thunder got one timeout left, choosing not to use it. No, there they are.
33
timeout Thunder. That's
seconds.
their third and final charge team timeout.
33 seconds left in this game. The Thunder using the last of the timeouts between the two teams. It's 2018 Sunbowl. Well, we're at the dregs of it right now, aren't we? Well, it looks like the Ravens, they'll go back-to-back. They'll join Lauren Evans' Gold Coast Stingrays as a team with back-to-back Sunbowl championships.
Too soon, Kenny. Too soon.
Just thought I was doing you a good in there. Reminding you of the good old days.
This is it. No timeouts after this. Delayed handoff.
Oh,
and
Patu.
rumble over.
Rumbles and stumbles away to 6.
It was messy, but it worked.
Story of my life. 46 points to 26. A chance to make it 28. And Patu just proves she is one of the deadliest ball carriers in this women's division.
Absolutely.
Sharman has been on the end of a couple of Patu specials today.
Thunder spreading it out.
Speed option. Ewers will keep it.
Falls in. Good job.
And she will take it over. 46 points. Plays 28. Thunder will have a chance to go for an onside kick if they wish.
Great kick-out block there by number 58 for Thunder. Watch it here. She's going to come from the left side of the screen over the right. Nice job.
See why she's elite at other sports. We certainly hope she has aspirations to do that here in this sport we all love. On the base, she's had a chat to her about her rookie season at Thunder training, and I like to ask anyone who's new to the game, who's performing well, what's been the hardest part? And she goes, there's so many rules. I didn't realize there were so many ways I was and wasn't allowed to hit somebody.
Sometimes I totally agree. This game is a very complex game.
Strange formation here.
Everyone's stacked to the right now. Is that legal?
No, it's not. It's not legal.
Didn't think so. will be fielded. No, it won't be.
There's a
It'll be
flag.
recovered. Well, we'll leave that discussion for another time.
Referee at the back judge has thrown a flag.
I'll take your word for it. I can't see it in the field.
It's just down by our referee on the 30-yard line, 31-yard line. He's calling like a full stop, but I think they may say illegal procedure, which is what we're talking about. Basically, they can't do that, Kenny, because of the safety rules, is that you can only have a max, or in 11s, you can only have a max of 6 on one side.
Doing the maths, I imagine it's 4 in the 9-a-side format.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. Less than 3 players on either side of the kicker. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
See, I can lip read from here, and I saw illegal formation. Back in the 90s, that was a fun time to be doing onside kicks, because you'd simply just put 9 on one side, the kicker, and put 1 on the other side, and just kick it and rip it.
Well, and now in the NFL, after they made that rule, they didn't rule how close you could be. So then they'd load 4 on each side, or 5 on each side, and then load them inches from the kicker. Then they started making rules. You have to be X amount of yards from the kicker.
And then today, you're not even allowed to run up 3 yards. So many rules, Kenny. So many rules.
Rachel Carey sends this one high. Getting underneath it is the ball flags. This game will get drawn out.
I think what I just saw there, Kenny, was actually the signal for a fair catch. And I think that's exactly why the referees called it.
Moran's down.
Oh, we did see the signal from there. Courtney Yutsoi.
If we see it here, this might be a good angle. Yep, there's the signal right there. And that's exactly why you call it. It's a safety issue, and then we end up with people down on the ground like this.
What number was it?
Very smart heads-up play by the
Kick catching
Ravens.
interference. Number 22 kicking team. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Sure, we're pinned. Is that Moran still down?
With 27 seconds to go, hopefully she won't be needed back on the field.
She's carried off now by Robin's running back and her partner, Darius Holiday Miller. Along with the medical staff here at Longlands Park. So attack on 15 yards from where Moran fielded it.
Still a lot of purple in the stands there, Kenny. A lot of support.
Yeah, see, they're going to
Was
take
that
a
a
knee.
throw a flag on a Premier Gatorade show there? Gerard Fitzpatrick getting his second Gatorade shower 27 seconds early in his final game. As a coach, he has announced his retirement. He'll be going out a winner. And 2 and 1. And there it is. For the second year in a row, the Bayside Ravens, they'll be walking home with the trophy in hand. They are your 2018 Sunbowl champions.
And as I said before, Kenny, great congratulations to both teams just for getting here.
Tough effort. Lauren, I'll get your sort of thoughts and summation of the game.
I thought we'd see from the Ravens. I thought we might see a bit differently from Thunder, a bit more of a passing game. That wasn't to happen, so good job to the Ravens.
Indeed, Hollywood Road.
Well, I thought what we saw was a very interesting game plan, as we talked about, Kenny, from the start. With both halves, we saw 3 different quarterbacks in the first three plays. We saw some power running, we saw some off tackles, and then later in the game we saw some excellent kick-out blocks, traps, log blocks, etc., and an option game. So it was, again, a pretty well-rounded game plan, I thought. And both teams, especially a great comeback from Thunder there as well, with some excellent running.
All right, well, I'm going to head down for the post-game presentation. I will take the opportunity to thank my commentary staff. Lauren Evans, thank you for your time in the booth.
Thank you.
And John Hillwood-Rowe, well, I look forward to seeing you in about 10 minutes.
Thank you very much, young man.
Thank you for tuning in to the Women's 2018 Sunbowl. We certainly hope you stick around for the men's. That kicks off at 6 p.m.
Yeah, you still go shake hands, yeah.
Somebody go that way. And you're doing the interview, yeah?
Too much.
Yeah, that's the key stuff. That's the
Winners get dinner.
training on Monday?
Does that involve this one? Training on Sunday.
Training on Sunday.
Training tomorrow. Someone will rock up. President starts tomorrow. Hydration.
Make sure you're dressed up. For me, this is my last game.
Was that a little bit of a...
Ravens. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ravens!
I said 19, I heard it. Hey, defense, defense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 3 games down, another champion decided. For the second year in a row, the Bayside Ravens women's have taken out the division title. And Gerard Fitzpatrick, he will go out a champion. We will take the opportunity first to talk to our runners-up first. If I could call Amanda Ewers up, have a quick chat with me. Amanda.
Sorry.
You're right. Do that one.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry.
Amanda, we'll do this weird. We're actually going this way this time. Amanda, look, I was talking to 12 months ago in the same situation, but look, it's another situation, another loss, but it's certainly an improved performance.
It certainly is. I mean, this team, like, kudos to every single one of these girls. They've worked so hard this year. Sorry. And in all honesty, we came in so prepared, ready to take on this game, but unfortunately the Ravens were the better team on the day, so kudos to you guys. But massive shout out to this team. They've worked so hard this year, and like everything is we're a team that wants to come into the finals and win, and we just didn't get there this year, short again.
The good news is you're a team that's only barely in its 3rd year. There's plenty more in the future, especially with the talent core that you have.
Most definitely, and we've got an immense amount of rookies who have stepped up phenomenally this year, and that's what the sport's all about, is let's bring the rookies in, develop them, and make them the next, in the next stage of this game. So
right.
Looking forward to seeing what they can bring.
Amanda Ewers, congratulations. Congratulations again for making it to the Sunbowl.
Thank you.
Amanda Ewers, ladies and gentlemen. We'll quickly take the opportunity to talk to the head coach of the Griffith University Thunder, Kel Housen. Kel, mate, we talked pre-game, we talked during the week, and you were ready. You felt like the energy was different this year, and they certainly fought all the way to the end there. Liz Patu, some of her runs were insane. They certainly didn't give up on you.
Yeah, look, it was, no, hats off to the Ravens, man. It was an awesome job, Thunder girls, Hey, look, it just wasn't our day. It wasn't our day. If we had executed like we did in the semis, we'd been a different story. But hey, hats off to the Ravens. Great job. And Gerard, good work, man.
And sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. But
it is.
Classy show, mate. And look, there's always next year.
Too easy.
Thanks for your time, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Kellhausen. Well, on the flip side, we have a coach who's won his second championship. On the way out, I'd like to call out the Bayside Ravens head coach, Gerard Fitzpatrick. Gerard, mate, congratulations. 2 in a row. You told me at the end of last season the goal was to return. It wasn't going to be a once-off. You've achieved your goal.
Yeah, the goal is to win, not just return. You want to win every year. And yeah, we just wanted to keep improving our skills as well. Got some new talent. We just wanted to build up skill level of players and just teach them as much as possible about football.
Mate, there was something different about the way you spoke about this year. You really not only cared about winning football, but you certainly cared about your girls and the way they would develop. You took a lot of care with them throughout the year. How much does this team mean to you?
Yeah, they mean a lot to me. Like, I don't coach. Like, winning is a byproduct. Like, I've got 2 Sunbowl trophies, a Coach of the Year trophy, and I've got minor premierships. But the biggest trophy I actually have is a signed collage picture that they gave me last year. And I treasure that more than any of the others.
Well, I can certainly tell it means a lot to you. How hard is it to walk away, mate?
It's hard to walk away from those players, but I'm looking forward to having a break.
Well, 2 from 2, mate. It's an impressive feat. Congratulations. We'd like to award you the Sunbowl trophy, the Keeper trophy from President.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Nigel Law.
Can I leave you?
Gerard Fitzpatrick, ladies and gentlemen. Of course. Naturally, as I've alluded to every game so far, as much of it is a team game, there are individuals that certainly change the game, particularly at the championship level. It's with my honor to present the 2018 Women's MVP, number 90, Isla Cook. Congratulations, Isla. I'll give you that. Isla, it's actually interesting. I remember running into you at the start of the season when you were playing rugby league at the time. And you were umming and ahhing about whether you were going to return. Then you ended up at the Rhinos. You eventually found your home at the Bayside Ravens.
That's right.
An overall MVP and now a Sunbowl MVP. It's been a pretty magical year for you.
Wow, it's been an amazing year. I just wanted to thank everyone. It's not it wouldn't have been possible without this team. That's the only reason why I can do what I do is because of these girls here. So thank you.
Wonderful. Congratulations. Your 2018 MVP, ladies and gentlemen, Isla Cook. And finally, I would like to get one of the captains, Chrissy Torres, to come out and round us out. Chrissy Torres, congratulations. 2 in a row in any sport, in any competition. That is a difficult thing to do. These girls, look, it's hard to become champions, even harder to stay champions. You know, talk us through how you're feeling right now.
I'm really overwhelmed. I couldn't have been with a better team, a coach, and girls that just played their hearts out. Yeah.
Well, I won't delay the honour. I'd like to call out the rest of the Bayside Ravens captains if they'd like to join. Chrissy Torres out here. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Women's Sunbowl Champions, the Bayside Ravens. Well, we'll be leaving them to celebrate. Commiserations again to the Griffith University Thunder, a team certainly in the making. We've got one more big game to go, the men's. It won't be long. We'll have some pre-game interviews with you. But for now, we'll leave you some winners, leave you some pictures of the winning women's team, the 2018 Bayside Ravens. I better keep it with you because we're about to do a pre-game.
Get him up. Get him up, get him up. Funny how you choose and pick your battles, dude. Keep saying you #1, but I'm on top, yo, it's done. Dropping styles like napalm, fake rappers think they so strong. Verses full of hype and always ready for a fight. Spontaneous, magnanimous, cause they can't get close enough to run with us. If you want to battle, get it hard, get it raw. No emotions, I shake you until your chains fall off. What? Large, in charge, I set the bar high. You running with the big boys now. Get up, don't cry.